Giggles in the house, and yeah, today we actually have a good show, and we're gonna have some fun today. I'm in a good mood, as you can tell, But so we got a bunch of news to. There's a lot of things to talk about. Today we're gonna talk about Great Adventure. We're gonna talk about Roger Williams Park. We're gonna talk about Quasi. We're talking about Universal Land. We got a whole slew of great stuff to talk about today, and I can't wait. It's like the lights at the end of the tunnel, and things are starting. Okay, good. So we got a lot of park reopenings, a lot of things that I want to talk about for those that are going to these places, because there's definitely some procedures that we're not used to, I guess, so to speak. You know. Hey, you should see. The full. I don't know if you saw on my Facebook page yesterday the pictures I took where we were wearing the wig and I was in the costume and the makeup, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. And yeah, hey, you know what? It's pretty good. I like it. I got my scalp hair. I got some luscious hair today. It's sexy. It's luscious. It's beautiful. Hey, I was almost gonna wear the whole thing today, and I was maybe one day, maybe the next show I'll put on the whole getup and just do the show. You'd be like, "What is going on?" It would be funny, but I know one thing I got to do. We do got photos from Universal. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. You can see the stuff everywhere. It's not like a secret. But a good friend Chris that works at Universal, he sent me a bunch of pictures and said that we can post them. So he gave me a boatload when they had Employee Day the other day, and I'm currently looking for them. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna download some of these. He sent me a lot. Holy. So what we'll be able to do is hang on. I'm gonna put these. No. Go like that. There we go. I'm just gonna download them to a folder here real quick, and then I'll show you some. I'm not gonna show you all. I'm gonna pick the best of the best. What do I want to call this? Well, let's call it Universal. We don't have to get fancy, but there's stuff that's showing, the police stand here, and just to kind of see what we're working with when you want to go to, if you got plans to go to Universal. I mean, I got some. Oh yeah, it's showing the stage and the show. I got pictures of he took of what do you call it, Jurassic Park roller coaster. There's all the social distancing stuff. There's quite a bit of. Oh, he took a picture of the raptor encounter, all the construction. He got some good pictures. I mean, everybody's got everybody and their mother that's been there took pictures. And what's this? Oh, that's my picture. Oh, okay, that's all of them. All right, so there was a few that I'm going to use. Not a lot. It's like 4. So that's good. That's 4. A few of them were, there was some with the Jurassic Park thing and all that stuff. So there's a lot of. Oh, so I gotta check my video to see the face. So let's talk about Universal, because Chris is here, and any questions that anybody has about anything about being in the park, we can fire him off at Chris, and he can answer to the best of his ability of anything that he knows. So let's get rid of. That was the old image from the last time I did images. So let's let me see, image. And special shout out to Chris for doing it, because he didn't have to send me nothing. He could have been like, dude, go eat a bag of sand. Yeah, there's some storms rolling up my way. They're not here yet, but they're coming. All right, so this first one is a social distance marker, so you can see. Hang on, So that's just one that's just, I don't know if that's by the queue or what it is, but you can see that's one of the signs they're using. So that's good. So you can see that, they're up. What they said they were going to do, they did. Chris, let me ask you, what was the experience like when you were going through the park? Were people actually distancing, wearing masks? Did you see any problems arising? You know, with the hiccups? I heard today they had an issue with, because today's season pass day over there, and I know people were complaining about some glitches in the system for reserving times for rides. Hey, what's up, Smoky Mountain Hiker? What's going on, buddy? And so yeah, that's picture 1. And let's go to picture 2 out of 4, and then we'll all right. What's the next one on the block? All right, so this is the in line. Here, this is what they want you to, you know, this is your, hey, step on here, please. Let's fix that a little bit. Okay, so that's the, so this is the, so be prepared, because this is, I mean, I know this is Universal Orlando, or wherever he was, the Islands of Adventure, but still, you get the idea of what they're trying to do. And it's and basically you're gonna see this a lot at other parks. This is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see things like hey, stand here, do this, go like that. You know, so keep in mind when you're going. Who said they bought their tickets? Oh, so LB Costa Mom booked her tickets to Dollywood. So hopefully you have a great time when you go. And again, anybody that goes out that's somewhere and you want to send us photos or videos or whatever while you're out, by all means, let me know. We can get them to me or whatever. And as always, like I always make sure I give credit to everybody. I'm not trying to steal nothing from everybody. So, unrelated to the video, but it looks like Cedar Point is opening. Hang on. I clicked the thing. So here's 2 pictures of construction for Jurassic Park. Select on-site hotel guests. All right, so there's a lot going on. So if you want to see the unannounced roller coaster of Jurassic Park that's going in Islands of Adventure, there's some, you know, over the water. It's supposed to have inversions over the water and stuff like that. So take a nice, good, dandy look at that. We can blow it up a little bit so you can get a better look. So that's looks, there was like a double helix going on over there. It kind of looks like. All right, let's go to the final photo. I mean, he sent me a bunch of pictures, but I mean, a lot of it is the same as everything that's online. That everybody, I mean, that's what happens when everybody's vying to get something. But here's another look at Jurassic Park. So you can see this, the crane, and over here, another good look. I mean, he took some really good pictures, so they're really good. It shows us what we're getting, we're doing, you know, what they're doing over there. So it's interesting. Oh, so that's taken by the bridge by the cat. Okay, that's cool. All right, so we'll go back to here. So yeah, so the whole thing, like, yeah, I know today there's more people than there was the other day. But from other reports that I've seen, like the guy that runs Coaster Crew, Tim Holleran, he was posting pictures and stuff at the park, and you know there was more people than he thought, but not, you know, it wasn't crowded or anything, and they had glitches with the wait times and stuff. And hopefully they got that taken care of at some point. Like I said, seeing stuff like this, when you go to the park, don't be a douche. Things are going to happen. Things aren't going to work right at first because they haven't been heavily tested. You're going to get backed up. You're not going to be able to ride right away. There's going to be problems. So the Jurassic Gift Park is behind you on the second one. Okay. So like I said, just keep in mind when you go. I mean, the world's already going crazy as it is with everything, so be a little patient. Don't be a total, you know, look, we all have that entitled spirit in us. We want things now. We want them 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks from now. So like I said, just make sure that you don't treat people bad, and just like I said, just let everybody get a little breather. Eventually they're going to get into the, you know, into their rhythm, their groove. It's like anything else. Like when you go, you know, for the first month of opening, like, you know, when the park's open. Now, I'm not talking about Disney Universal. I'm talking Six Flags, Cedar Fairs, stuff like that. There's always issues. It's never perfect. So just keep that in mind, that you have that going on. I just wanted to keep that in mind with all that. No, right now we're not in danger. They're supposed to pass like 3 million miles away, so we're good. I mean, I think the last thing they need to do is panic the world, going, yeah, there's an asteroid coming. Hey, what's up, Theme Park New England? Thanks. Thanks. I love my hair. I love the hair. The hair's great. It's beautiful, luscious hair. It's beautiful. You know, I just had to, you know, do something different with my hair. So this is what I did. I had to do different hair. All right. What else do we get? So, oh yeah, I can do that. Hang on, let me get rid of this. I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I think that they're not going to, but they could. I don't know if they're going to do a new approach. I don't know if they're going to do grouped. Maybe this year they don't do a big video like that, because we're going to say new upgrades, new upgrades, new upgrades. Upgrading kiddie rides or whatever. I don't think you're going to see too much. I think you're going to kind of see the Cedar Fair approach, I think, this year, which is each park will just announce something when they're supposed to, you know, when they want to. Because, look, at the end of the day, we never know what is going to happen. We just don't know. Because, you know, because all the crazy... Where is... Alright, get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. So many messages. I feel important for 5 seconds. Where am I looking for? Where are you, Chris? Where are you in my message? Oh, here we go. Found it. Found it. Found it. Found it. Oh, you know what? Chris also sent me a cool article. Where is the Raptor? Where are you, Raptor? I know it's there. What am I missing? Oh, Chris, are you talking about the Raptor and countersign one? Is that what you're talking about? Let's put that there. Yeah, then there's... I'm just making sure, like, I'm not missing anything else good. I'll do this one, too, so you can see the Harry Potter stage that they do, like, their little shows, whatever, the Frog Choir, and... Actually, we need this photo, because this one's, like, a really sexy, up-close, and personal photo with, Alright, let me get back to the program. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry for the delay in photos and stuff. All right, so here's this up close one of Jurassic Park. We'll show the sign one with the encounter in a second. So look at this. This is like, look, you can see it's up close and personal. Let me just shrink it a smidge. Yeah, that HHN article, because a lot, I mean, not everybody that watches, but a lot of people. So you can see this photo, nice. You can see it like that, all nice and sexy, all up close. It looks really good. Like, I can't wait to see this thing all done. Hey, what's up, Alex? All right. Yeah, I'm just reading comments, so... Oh, so mass Phase 4 is, so you're not getting, that's not open until July. That means Six Flags New England opens in July. That's what that means. So Jason Paradise says, I don't get why every coaster that's built has to meet up to a Cedar Point status. Like, I've been hearing people say that this is looking to be amazing, but it won't be better than Maverick. W2H, which means what the heck or hell or whatever you want to say. And then Alex says, problem I'm running into theme park attendants as my wife and I, employers saying we can't leave state or have to miss 2 weeks of work. Oh yeah, I'm surprised that ride, what do they call it, the flyers there, the dinosaur flyer ride. I'm actually surprised it's still there. Like, I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of it, and I'm sure they will at some point. I mean, I have that credit to ride that, whatever the hell that thing is considered. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I've only ridden it once in my life. Me and my father got to ride it with the kids. All right, so here's the Raptor Encounter entrance. So if you want to see the Raptor Encounter, I mean, when I go, I want to check this encounter out. But you can see, this is the new entranceway to get into it. And I definitely want to check it out. I definitely do. And then Alex says, problem I'm running into the theme park. But, you know, it's weird. Speaking of Alex's issue with the can't leave state or have to miss 2 weeks of work. If you are leaving the state to work, you don't have to quarantine. I know in Rhode Island, I don't know how it is anywhere else. If you go out of state for vacation, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Makes no sense. I think that's the most stupidest thing. But it is what it is. You know. Did you walk through the Raptor Encounter, Chris, at all? When you went in there? And then to add to Jason's thing, I'm in agreement with Jason on his comment about people putting Cedar Point coasters on a pedestal. There is nothing at Cedar Point that is to me, my opinion, to me, that's mind-blowing. That is the greatest thing to even have to live up to anything. It's just that most of the coasters that they had broke records. Magnum and Millennium Force and Top Drill Dragster and all this other stuff. For them, it's all about breaking records. Does that necessarily mean it's the best thing? No. And I can't speak on Steel Vengeance because I've never ridden it, so I don't have an opinion on it. I'm not going to trash it. I'm not going to praise it until I ride it. End of story. There's just, people have tried to get me to give some kind of opinion, and I'm like, well, it looks cool, but I'll let you know once I ride it. You know, I'm not one of those to hype something up. So this picture you're looking at is the stage where over by the Hogwarts Castle that they always have some kind of little show thing going on. But if you look, you can't see it. But if you look, hang on, let me shrink this thing down because it's blown up too big. But what you can, so there's the stage. So as I move, you can see it's chained off. I don't know if you can go by there. Chris would be able to let me know, but it looks like it's roped off possibly, so you can't go anywhere near the stage. I am not going to Cedar Point in 2020. But there's obvious reasons why I'm not. One, I was going to go next year because of CoasterCon. But that got moved out a year because this year's got canceled. So I was going to go next year, so I'll probably go the year after. Look, I haven't been to Cedar Point since 2012. I just released a video. I played it once, like during the Grove show, and then it just sat in the hard drive and never got uploaded. So if you want to watch that, that's on there. Yep, the Tri-Wizard show and the Frog Choir. Yep. So with all this stuff going on, plus this year I'm getting married. We're going on a honeymoon to Florida. We're just hitting things as we can. You know what I mean? It might be worth buying. Oh, they let people in to stand on the circles to watch the show. Okay. So these are those were all the pictures. Well, not all. There was quite a few that he sent me that I showed. So props to Chris for that. And like I said, if you have any questions about procedures and everything going on at Universal, talk to Chris here. He could. I mean, obviously it was a lot less than what's going on today, but he can at least be a little bit of a service to do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're gonna bounce around. We'll do Disney. We'll do Universal. We're gonna do Halloween Horror Nights. There's a Scream Park down in Florida, like an hour and a half away. We're gonna probably do some maybe Busch Gardens or something. You know, stuff to hang out and whatever. We haven't fully planned it because we're kind of waiting for things to open up to see what we can and can't do. They are not. And speaking of lake compounds, I know their date of opening, but I was asked not to say it because they haven't officially announced it. And me and 3 other people know the date. That's it. So there's 4 people besides the people at the park that know about opening, but I do know the date. But I cannot share it. He asked me not to. He was just giving me a heads up. Yeah, Tampa, Alex. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the article in a second. Somebody mentioned, but I do know, and I do know it's not June 20th, but I do know the date. So I talked to the park. They matter of fact, Larry emailed me. I didn't ask anything. The email subject was confidential. Shh. And that's all I'll say. I can't put it out there publicly because they'll know it's me, and then I'm not trying to ruin that relationship. I have not told anybody that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody know. I didn't even tell my kids. Like, nobody knows. I kept it that tight-lipped of a secret. Nobody knows. I won't even tell my own kids. I know you guys want to know the date, but I was asked not to share it by the park, so I'm not. So if you're disappointed, I will say it's soon enough. You guys will be happy. I know a lot, but I can't share. I know that's like a tease, but I'm just letting you know it's not that date. I know the date. I think Petrodon counts as suspended. Can't ride it without a kid. Yeah, when I wrote it, it was 2012. My father and I took the 2 kids we did Disney and Universal, and we were able to get on that ride because they were little. We were able to get on it, so it was cool. Ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's cool if you can get me any idea how it runs with, well, they're not at full. Well, are they limiting capacity, or is it just kind of a free for all? Just come and you can go. Hey, stay safe, John. I heard somebody was saying that Burrillville is going to get a protest. I said I told everybody, I said if there was one here, that I was going to dress up in the clown outfit, and then I was going to. Oh wait, you're going to laugh. I'm going to show you guys something. You'll laugh. Where the hell is it? Because I know not everybody follows me on Facebook, like my personal Facebook, and that's fine. Nobody has to. Nobody has to run and jump to it. But if you did, you know what I'm going to show you guys in a second. I got to download these pictures because they're already here. So you're going to laugh. We'll just stick them here. I don't care. Where's the other picture? You guys are going to get a kick out of this. It's got to do with my hair. But you'll get a kick out of it. I hope you do anyway. All right. I know Jason in Paradise has seen it. Yeah, it sucks that you got a ride that you wish you could ride and you can't ride. So this was the picture I posted last night. I got this costume yesterday, and that's what I did. See that gun in my hand? That thing is loud as hell. And it will, it scares people. It'll make you pee your pants. It's really... I didn't think it was that loud. Oh, yeah. And yeah, 40... I mean, 40% would be good for the time being anyway. And let me ask, do you have to make a reservation to go, or is it taking a chance? Oh, I'm gonna do everything the next show. Not a Planet Coaster, because I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And then I did this. I put the hat on my head. There's a hat that came with the costume, so I did that yesterday. So yeah, that was what I did. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I forgot, and I didn't realize it when I put the fake blood on. It squirted all over the bathroom, and then Jessica's mom called Jessica and was like, something happened in the bathroom. There was fake blood all over the bathroom that I didn't even notice. Oops. But the next Grove show, I was going to do one Monday, but then I worked late, and then we're dealing with... they're starting to work on the house for the foundation, to do the thing. You know, so it was crazy. By the time I was just like, I can't. No, the outfit didn't come with teeth. I wish it did. That's just my teeth. Just me making a face. No, that's just me and no teeth. But and if anybody likes the quality, like if people want to get costumes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to the company, because that company is awesome. You know, they give the Hornapalooza podcast shout outs to Facebook and stuff like that, and we're going to be doing some stuff with them in the future. I don't know when yet, but we're going to work on some stuff with them. I just need to get the website. I want to drop it. If you wanna, if they do what do you call it? Costumes, props, stuff like that. They don't, well, for the costumes, not like it's reasonably priced. It is actually, and the quality blows away anything that like Spirit Halloween has ever made. So you can check it out if you want. You know, nobody's gonna twist your arm to do it. But if you're into that and you want to look at costumes, they have different stuff that's for. They have different categories. They got Asylum, Hillbilly, Haunted Mansion, Clowns. They got props, prosthetics, masks, Trick or Treaters, super. They got some other props, Superflex bodies. What do they got for? They got they got some cool voodoo costumes. Some costumes are expensive, some are not. It just depends. But the quality is amazing on this stuff. It's not crap. It's better than it. You know, I was very hesitant to kind of spend money on these plates because I never seen the quality. And then I actually had the quality in my hand with that doctor outfit, and I was like, they do amazing work. It's not like they order it, they make it right in their little building. They do a phenomenal job. And yes, Smoky Mountain Hike, I totally agree that the employees are going to get put through. Chris, when do you go back to work? When are you officially back? Because he's going to be a telltale sign of how he'll be able to report it right away how people are. I mean, I wish people were not jerks, and I wish they were more respectful to people, but it's the American way to be a douchebag with that entitlement. You know? And it's crazy. It truly is crazy. But I want to take a step back a moment and go back to Jason's comment, because I never really gave my full thoughts on it. And it's true, because I went off on the Cedar Point thing there. But Universal proved itself with Hagrid's that you don't need to make it on par with Cedar Point roller coasters, because I feel that Hagrid's is better than most Cedar Point roller coasters. And it's not because I got like this vengeance thing against Cedar Point. It's just when people put something on a pedestal so high, it's got a huge expectation to live up to. Because the very first time I went was 2010. Was the first time I went to Cedar Point. And every single coaster enthusiast were like, yes, your first time, ride it all. Everything's awesome. Nothing sucks. This place is the best thing since sliced bread. About an hour and a half into going to the park, I'm like, what's the big deal? To me, it was no better than a Six Flags or any other place I've been to. I'm like, it's just a park and it's got big coasters. And it, like I say, quality over quantity. You know, I'm sure at the time when Millennium Force won Best New Coaster, it was probably Best New Coaster. You know what I mean? Like, that was a big thing. It had a lot of hype to live. And people... I remember one dude I used to do music with lives out near there, and he's like, oh, Cedar Point, it's the best thing. I called him on a phone. And I was like, dude, what is wrong with you? What drugs are you on? You know, and I'm like, that's like, when I tell you guys, like, if I love something, I always tell you, it's my opinion, you may disagree, because not everything that I like, you guys are going to like, and vice versa. So, I don't think anybody should live up to Cedar Point hype or a Disney hype. Everybody's got to do their own thing and separate themselves from the rest. Cedar Point, to me, has lost its magic. I mean, a lot of parks have lost their magic, and some are trying to fix it, some aren't, or, you know, whatever. And I know this pandemic thing kind of screwed some future stuff up, but eventually we're going to get to where we need to be. I think the Jurassic Park, you know, who was it, Jay? Was it Amusement Insider or something? Made a no limits version of what they think the coaster's going to be or whatever. And I watched that, and it looks really great. Like that, I can't wait for that coaster to open. It looks fantastic. The difference between Jurassic Park and, like, even say Maverick, one is going to be the theming. I don't know if, you know, there's actual music on it. We don't know much about it because it hasn't been officially announced. So, based off of what I've seen, if that is correct, if that No Limits is correct, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs? I love dinosaurs. I don't know about you guys, but I love dinosaurs. I want to see some dinosaurs flying around and whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a great fit for Universal. I think it's going to be fun. We'll find out how in-depth. Is it going to be in-depth like a Hagrid's, or I don't know yet, and I don't know who else knows yet, but until it's officially announced, shown, whatever people see, I don't know what to really think. And again, even if Universal put out the animated POV, you can't tell how good that ride's going to be until you ride it. You can kind of tell where Airtime Hills or whatever is going to be, or whatever they're doing. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great. But it could turn out to be a ball of crap. I don't know. And we'll keep that comment until we ride it. I try not to have everybody hyping something up. I've learned that lesson of getting hyped up. You know, how can they go with something obvious in an existing park? You know, so it's also going to use some screens, animatronics. Well, you know, I mean, when you look at like what Maverick's doing, I don't know, it keeps getting in my face, so I just keep pushing it back. I want to pretend it's mine. That's what I'm doing. I'm pretending. I'm fluffing it. That's, I don't know. I can't help it. I like it. I just like doing I like wearing this. I like being a goofy. I mean, if there was legit going to be a protest in my town, I live in a little hick town, you know, like out in the middle of the woods, like beyond suburbs. Like, I'm in the sticks, and for them to want, if it's true, I doubt it is, but if it is, I said, I'll end the Grove show. I said, I'll go get in that costume and just run around in circles like an idiot, blowing that clown horn and just scaring the hell out of everybody. Maybe it helps disperse the crowd, or maybe I get my ass kicked. I don't know. And then I told my son, I said, well, you're going to come with me and film it. If there is... If there is a protest nearby, I mean, I'm not going to go do illegal and loot. None of that. And I would stop somebody trying to loot if I was in my costume. But I just want to run around as a clown. I mean, how funny would it be, me in that makeup, that whole outfit, and I'm running around in circles blowing the clown horn, you know, trying to find where the cameras are, everybody, and just run around like a crazy person. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm just running around. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the protest. I'm just saying, if there's amongst chaos, do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the protest, but I'm just saying, if they ended up looting and rioting, I would just run around and just be stupid. But in no way would I disrespect a regular. If they're peacefully, if they were peacefully protesting, I wouldn't do it. But if they were starting to get a little crazy, you know. But I doubt that's gonna happen. I just want, you know what I mean? I got some steam to blow off, but I don't want to do... Well, actually, we had a discussion about a haunt the other night in Facebook with Jess, Danielle, and Jimmy. That's like our beginning of our Hauntapalooza crew. That'll expand like everybody with SFNEOnline over time. But especially because as other people go, and even Jason, we can talk too, especially if you go to other localized haunts. If you let me know... If you want to, I could probably contact, you know, when they open in your areas or whatever, and you can go talk to them, maybe interview them for us, you know what I mean? Like, if that's something you want to do, I don't want to, like, be like, do that, you know. But if that's something. But we had an idea. You know, we're trying to figure out the best way, because we want to build a haunt. We want to start a haunt. And an idea, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of rage rooms before, but we had this idea about adding a rage room where you can go, you pay X amount of dollars. They have them around the country. You can go beat up car. They'll give you a baseball bat, and they get a piece of crap car, and you can go beat it up. So I was thinking about having like an add-on thing where you could break plates and cups and all kinds of items. You know, I was thinking about doing something like that. Add it on to the haunt. Yeah, I heard about that, and I heard there was no damage, so to speak, to Busch Gardens. I don't know how much, if any, damage. I know there was no like damage to brides and animals and stuff like that. They might have busted some glass or something, and I don't know what the hell they were doing in there. Yeah, if you go and you look at the cases about, you know, why some people are far behind. See, we're stuck in a spot, especially in the Northeast. So New York City was the epicenter. That's where like the majority of the cases in the United States were. Then you got New Jersey, you got Massachusetts that had a lot of bad cases. Connecticut I don't know what Connecticut numbers are. I know Rhode Island's, surprisingly, isn't that high. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. Well, I don't even know what was in my account. Oh, I like that costume. I got to stop looking at this. I'm doing a show and I'm looking at stuff like a douche. But yeah, if you look at the cases, that's why things are taking a little bit longer from like, you know, New Jersey on up than the southern states because of what's going on. So if New England is in phase 4, then sorry, you got to wait till July to get in there, which is still okay. It still gives me some time to kind of get all my ducks in a row at work, my life, all that stuff. And I mean, I want to get to the park as quickly as you guys do, you know, but it'll be cool. And hopefully when the park does open, if I got to make sure I get a ticket. what parks do I rank above Cedar Point? You guys are probably going to hate my list of parks that I like better than Cedar Point, but I'm going to give them to you. It may shock you guys. Oh, imagine if they burned Iron Gwazi. Oh my God. That would be crazy, Lindsay, if they did that. So anyway, if you're asking me that, I know my list is going to be a little bit crazy, but I would put Knoebels, Kennywood, Dollywood, Six Flags Magic Mountain, obviously like Disney World, like Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. I have a different approach to theme parks. They don't necessarily have to be that big, because if you look at like Knoebels, Kennywood, I mean, even Six Flags New England's nice. I mean, it doesn't have a top thrill dragster or a 300-foot ride. But I'm not all about, like I said, I'm all about quality over quantity. I don't care that a park has 20 roller coasters or 15 roller coasters. If more than half of your roller coasters are mediocre at best, then something's wrong. Like, I like Magnum XL at Cedar Point. No, because I think Great Adventure is overrated too. And I know that's going to hit people the wrong way, put a bad taste in their mouth about me. I'm not a fan of Nitro. El Toro is my weight issue problem. Once I lose weight, then I'll be okay with El Toro. Because before I got extra, I mean, I was fat, but I got extra fat. And like I say before, when I ride El Toro, that's a me problem, not a... It's just the restraints. If they were more like Superman's, I'd be in... El Toro would be on the top of the list. I know it needs a little work, it's a little rough, but it would always be on the top of the list, and it used to be on the top of my list for a long time. But I can fit on it, but it's at that point they should just make me do the walk of shame at that point, because I literally can't breathe until the ride is over. Like, think about how intense that is, and the lap bar's still coming jamming down on you and all that airtime. And by the time I get off it, my stomach is sitting over the lap bar, and I can't breathe. I'm like, like I can breathe, but not good, And then I hate when they have like 2 trains and they're loading and they're doing all the, walk of shames of trying to reset the restraints because the way that they got it. And Magic Mountain is clearly better than Great Adventure. It is. I agree with that statement. If you haven't been to Magic Mountain, I would definitely check out. Like, I had never been until this year. In January, and I didn't get to ride Twisted Colossus because it wasn't open, and there was, I didn't ride the stand-up because I didn't want to squish my nuggets. I'm just like, you know what, I'll pass. But I rode everything else, and I didn't ride Ninja because it wasn't open. But then I got back at the bottom of the hill. I'm like, I'm fat. I ain't climbing that hill again. Ain't happening. I should have, and I didn't. I should have. I'm kicking myself in the butt for not doing it. But I think overall Magic Mountain is one of the better ride-wise. I mean, they need flats bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need flats bad there. No, not even the Raptor is going to help it, in my opinion. I mean, it depends. Like, in my opinion, no. But I'm excited for the Raptor and to ride it, because I've never ridden one, so I want to see what the hoopla is. But, like, to me, the coasters that I absolutely love at Great Adventure, Batman the Ride. I mean, I ride them all. Don't get me wrong. I don't skip any. But my favorites, like Batman the Ride. I even like Batman the Indoor Coaster. I like Skull Mountain. I like the Mine Train. I like Bizarro, El Toro when I'm skinnier. I like riding Kingda Ka. The great thing about Great Adventure is they're building up their flat arsenal again, which is great. But again, I think even with the Raptor, I don't think it's gonna push that over the top. Yeah, Knoebels has the merch. Like, the only other person that's better at merch than Knoebels, I find, is Disney. Dollywood has a lot of good merch, but I find I've been in that Dollywood gift shop and many a times, and I still find it difficult to find cool things to buy. I like to collect weird things. I do. You guys know. I mean, look behind me, and you can see all the weird things. Well, my big hair and chairs in the way, but if I just move out of the way here, you can see all the weird things I collect, and then you can see down below the nano coasters and all the different Star Wars and different park stuff. There's stuff all over this place that you can't see. I mean, actually, I could turn the camera now. You guys, hey, Jason, you notice that there's no ghost? But if you look over there, see, we had an SFN. That was from Six Flags New England. We've had a Ace SFNEOnline day, and then we got Grandpa Munster because my grandfather used to look like him. And then when you go, you can see the Dr. Giggles banner, and then you can see anything else over there. Oh, yeah, that's my dry eraser board where I write ideas on. What the hell? Oh, okay. I'm like, what is going on here? This thing's crazy. All right, so there you can see I like to collect things. So when I go to parks, I'm always looking for like weird, signs and different things that I can, hang on a wall, or maybe there's a cup I want, or a T-shirt, or something. I'm a sucker for merchandise. I never have trouble in Walt Disney World. I never have trouble at Knoebels. Everywhere else seems to be. Some Cedar Fair parks are on point with their merch game. Like King's Dominion does good. Busch Gardens Tampa, I rank up there pretty high. I would rank that definitely better than Cedar Point. I even think Busch Gardens Williamsburg is a better park, in my opinion. I know opinions are like buttholes and everybody's got one, but I've never been to Silver Dollar City. That's on the bucket list to get there. Over the next couple of years, I'll get there. But I love going to the Busch Gardens parks. I like, like when you go to Williamsburg, it's themed to Europe. You go to Tampa, it's themed to like Africa and and all that. But like, look at Busch Gardens. I love Cobra's Curse. I love Matu, Kumba. I love riding Sheikra. I'm not so much of a fan of the mouse, but I'll ride it. What is it? Scorpion, I think that's what it's called. Over there, I ride that. And now, I even liked. I liked. What do you call it? I'm trying to think off the top of my head which one. Oh, what do you call it? When it was just Gwazi, not Iron Gwazi. Even as it was rough as hell, but it was still fun. It had a great layout. It was a little rough, but it was still fun. And I really personally enjoyed riding it. I love walking through and checking out. I love Sesame Street. Grew up with it. I know I'm a big giant old kid, but that's okay. And then it's like when I go to Williamsburg, Woodford Bolton, and all their coasters. They got Griffin, even Invader's cool. Small family wood. I mean, it's not anything crazy to write home about, but it's still. See, I love when you get to the top of the lift hill or Invader. Before you go down the first drop, it's got that little boop, and then boom, little dipsy doodle at the top and comes down. There's not a lot of airtime in it, but it's still fun. Oh yeah, Falcon's Fury is awesome. I love riding Falcon's Fury. I mean, Busch Gardens Tampa needs some more flats, I think, and they need some more rides. It doesn't have as many rides, I don't think, as Williamsburg, but I still like Tampa. I mean, think about it. When you have Kumba and Sheikra, I think is the better of the dive coasters, and then you have Cobra's Curse. When I was like, I'm like, it's a spinny ride. What's the big deal? But when I got off of Cobra's Curse, the spinny coaster there, I was infatuated with the lift hill system with the elevators. Just watching them, how they come. One's going up and the other spot's coming down, and they're moving around, and just how the ride and the layout would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, like, I love going. I even love the Loch Ness Monster. That ride is awesome. So you can't go wrong with Busch Gardens. I mean, if they got a Giga, that would really put them over the top. But as long as it's good, my problem with the Gigas is it's full of floater air and not much ejector, and I got a problem with that. I'm too fat to float. I don't when you're getting float, unless it's like some crazy floater, I don't move. It's like putting a boulder on a roller coaster seat and expecting it to move during airtime. It just don't. You know, that's a me problem, not a ride problem. I'm sure if I dropped like 40 pounds, I'd be doing probably pretty good. And I'm working on it. I've lost 5. You know what? That's actually on the list because I'm a little bit worried about it now because who invested in it? I know it's a conspiracy talk, but there was there's a company called Evolve Tech that are in charge of those new security things, and the person that was an early investor, and I hate this person beyond belief, is Bill Gates. I don't want to touch anything to do with Bill Gates. I can't trust him as far as I could throw him. I'm just not a fan of anything that he touches. I mean, I don't even like owning PCs, and that was even before I found out all the dirty crap he does. He's just not a good human being. Not at all. So, keep that one in mind. But yeah, that was the news right there. That Evolve Tech is the one that I guess did like top dogs in human security thing for detection for threats. I was reading the article today, and so I wanted to bring that up. Also, tomorrow, for those looking to find out when Cedar Point is going to open, the governor is going to talk about zoos and theme parks and stuff, and says some good news. So we're going to see about that. So the next show, we will definitely check that out. There's probably going to be a show Friday instead of waiting to do. You know, I wanted to at least do 2 a week. And Friday, my schedule works better. Did you see the Flash Pass system Six Flags put on their site? I did not. So let me take let's see. Is it on the actual main site or is it on the park site? Well, I'll just did you have to check a particular park or where did you happen to see the information about the Flash Pass system? Because I don't see anything about it, but that doesn't mean a damn thing. I didn't mention the Flash Pass system, but I don't know where you happen to have seen this. Is it in the coronavirus update, maybe? No. What do I got to look at, like Frontier City or something, probably? Let's... Oh, Six Flags Reserve. Alright, well, let me go back to that. Where's Reserve? No, let me just check. I'll check Frontier City because that's probably where you're going to see that because you can't reserve. Oh, reserve now. Oh, okay. Seasoned member of the Flash Pass reservation. So these are the parks. All right. So 11 park. Yeah, I don't see Laron on this. I don't see Frontier City on this. What is there any other parks missing? We got Great America, Great Escape, Six Flags New England, Great Adventure, Magic Mountain, Fiesta Texas, Oba Texas, St. Louis, Discovery Kingdom, Oba Georgia. Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing something. So what is this? I just want to see what it does. I don't have an all season. So I can't check to see what the process is, but I don't get season. I don't get those. Well, that's cool, Chris. Yeah, you don't have to, but if you give me a, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna do a night, maybe 6, 7 o'clock show on Friday. I mean, I try not to do Fridays with anything like when it's things are parks and stuff are open because nobody's gonna watch it. Most of the people around here. Oh yeah, Darien Lake's missing. For the most part, when it's normal, nobody watches. Like I've done Friday and Saturday shows, and no, I literally have done Grove shows. They were very short. Instead of being like 2 hours, they were 20 minutes because I blew through everything so quick because there was no audience participation or anything. But I still did it so people could watch it later. People did. But you have to pick and choose your battles. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't get many people watch it unless it's a crappy day out. During the week is the sweet spot. Monday to Thursday is like the sweet spot of stuff. But I'm still probably going to do it Friday regardless anyway because I want to do 2 shows a week at least during this. Because now that I'm back at work, during the day, so I can't really do it. And, I may take Friday off of work. Depending upon what I get done tomorrow. My sexy hair. My sexy hair. I've thought of tacking Silver Dollar City and Magic Springs to a Texas trip in New Orleans at the end. Thought of transferring via O'Hare to Springfield, Missouri. And it's still an hour to Brand. Yeah, it's Silver Dollar City, from what I hear, is, well, it's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of like Dollywood. I mean, since I've been going, they've built up. I mean, I only started going there 2012 was my first visit to Dollywood during CoasterCon they had there. And since then to now, they've been adding more and more and more to the area. And it's nice to see it built up. But, I mean, to get to Dollywood, it's out of the way to get to that town. It's not like it's right there. I think the closest airport's 45 minutes, an hour and a half, something like somewhere between 45 and 90 minutes to get to the park from an airport, I think. I think it's still, but who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last time I was at Dollywood, I think was 2015. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're owned by the same people, Hershen, and yeah, I heard Silver Dollar City is really nice, but I can't compare it because I've never been, and I'm not going to compare it based off of pictures and videos. I want to physically be there and give my experience and what I think with my own eyes. Excuse me. All right, let me. Also, speaking of Cedar Fair, sometime maybe between today and the next couple of days, possibly announcing park openings. There is a reopening tentative date set for Carowinds for July 27th. Also, San Antonio zoos and theme parks are allowed to reopen with limited capacity. And they got some rules for that, depending upon how many active cases you have. York's Wild Kingdom up in Maine. The zoo plans to reopen for the 2020 season, but their little amusement park, it will not in 2020. Their amusement park is really nothing to write home around. Quasi is like a Disney compared to that. Their haunted house is a joke. They got a wacky worm, and they got some crappy flat. It's really a crappy. I hate to talk bad about a park, but it's just trash. And speaking of Quasi, it says attention pass holders. So if you have a pass for 2020 and you have not activated it yet, they're going to be processing the passes because they open, June 20th. You have opportunities to process them. So when you get their opening day, it's not crazy. You can go June 6th to 7th or 13th through 14th, Saturday and Sundays. The season pass office will be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. those days. It says, note the following guidelines. If coming during pre-opening processing times, when parking, leave an empty space between you and the next vehicle. 2 families will be permitted in the season pass office at a time. Please remain in an orderly line out outside of the office with 6 feet of distance between you and the guest in front of you and behind you. Park operations procedures related to COVID-19 will be issued by the state of Connecticut and shared with our guests on the park's website, Facebook fan page, and posted at the park. Quasi will post the information as soon as it is available from the state. So if you have a pass and you're looking to get it done, there's what you need to do. Also, Epcot, Spaceship Earth. We talked about last week that it was going to go down for like 2 years for refurbishment. It looks like it's not happening. It's been put on hold for right now, and it's going to open with the park in July. Disney Springs, they've found a nice little way to help with keeping, guests, people, customers, social distancing. They're using the stormtroopers to perform on a balcony for the benefit of the guests passing by below. Says, stay in your sector, one stormtrooper warns the other when he gets too close. Then she draws an imaginary line to separate them, and he backs off. And then, because they were talking about this video that somebody had put up, and they were commenting, and it says, later, one stormtrooper notes that male banthas, those large hairy creatures ridden by stormtroopers on the planet of Tatooine in A New Hope, can reach 3.9 meters long. And the other warns again about getting too close, and says, yeah, I'm going to need you to move one male bantha's length away. And then Roger that replies the other one. It says that Disney Springs also requires guests to wear masks on ages 2 and up. So that's in the dialogue as well. It says some nice face coverings down there, probably nicer than these helmets. And then later, hey you, with the face covering. One trooper yells down to the passing crowd. They all have face coverings. The other trooper retorts, well, we made them all look, says the first. And now they all know who's in charge. So that was a little blip. So if you want to see that down at Disney Springs, if you go for a nice little way of social distancing, maybe help you forget about your troubles. All right, so what's on the agenda? All right, so Silver Dollar City will be reopening June 15th to the public, and the 13th and 14th are season pass days. The water park reopens on the 17th, and the 15th and 16th being season pass days. All right, so we got rid of... We did that. Here is some news that shocked me. And I got this in my email yesterday. It shocked me because I didn't think this was going to happen. But IAPA is still on. They open reservations yesterday or today to go to IAPA. I got the email. It's still a go. So as long as it's a go, I will be back in Florida after my honeymoon to do IAPA. It blew my mind that IAPA is still going on, because I know like the one in Asia and I think the one in Europe, they've been postponed, well, canceled for this year going to next year. So I thought that if they were doing that, I mean, I know we got till November for IAPA, but I didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't, but it is. And I'm going to go. If I'm allowed to go, I'm going to go. IAPA is a go. I mean, it can change at any time. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We all know that at any second, if you had that second wave, and think about this. Most of the manufacturers come from overseas. I believe right now that the borders for UK, the Europe, Asia, they can't get in here. They can't come to the United States. Maybe they can for expos for work. I don't know what the rules are. But right now, IAPA is a go. So if IAPA is a go, I will a go. Yeah, like I said, it can get worse if, as I just saw that comment, Chris, it could still get canceled. If it gets worse again, it could. And I was thinking that over in my head. If it's a go and people from Europe can't go, anybody outside the United States, if they can't get into the country, think about the people that come from Canada. The United States border is closed. You're not getting into this country for nothing. Same thing down in Mexico. You're not, if you're coming up from that way. you're not getting in. You might be able to fly in, maybe, but you can't drive. Well, no, I mean, they could do virtual like Transworld did, but they're saying it's go. You can go. Like, you can go to the Orlando Convention Center and go. The event is being held as is. I don't know, full capacity, a little bit of... I don't... But the thing is, even when there's like 20, 30,000 people there, the only time that there's big crowds is when they do announcements. Maybe they could change that. I don't know. But if you want to walk around, you could socially distance on IAPA, even on the busiest of days. I've never had a problem walking the aisles when it's busy. Because the place is so big and they have a lot of outdoor areas so they can social distance. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's spread out. Not everybody's cooped up in one area, you know what I'm saying? The other thing that they could do is if they can't get their counterparts, you know, all these manufacturers, they can't get there because they're trapped, they could ship their stuff. Because I know a lot of the companies have, you know, reps and stuff in the United States. They could pump those people to go to their booths and work with, you know, you might not have, you know, Europa Park, you might not have the Mark family there, but you'll have, maybe they got some United States representatives that they could entrust to sell rides, or maybe they got some, you know, video conferencing they can do, you know, in the back door rooms. If you've been there, like, they have those fake rooms set up where they do some business behind closed doors, so we don't find out what they're buying for the following, you know what I mean? I don't know. There's not a ton of information of what's going to happen, so we'll keep an eye out to see what's going on. I mean, I'm going to sign up as the media again, and if I can go, I'll go. If I can't go, then I can't go. So we'll find out what's going on, and when we can, and if we can go, you bet your bottom dollar I will be there, because why not? You know, I don't know about you guys, but I want to go. I love going to IAPA. I mean, because I like it, because I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even allow the food to be given out. I don't think there's going to be any free food. Well, I mean, you could. I don't know how you're going to do it. Yeah, there's no going to be... It's all going to be fist bumps and fake handshakes and, hey, what's up? I mean, I grew up... you know what I mean? I grew up in a time where you ended the business deal on a handshake. That's how everything was. Yeah, you have contracts, but to set the deal before signing the contracts, it was always a done deal with a handshake. I mean, I plan on going back to that. Hopefully other people will shake my hand. But I also have to, you know, I can't force a handshake on anybody. I have to be respectful to everybody. I can't just go put my hand out, and then I can't get mad when somebody doesn't want to shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a clean person. I'm always washing my hands. So, and I'm sure I'll be carrying around a little hand sanitizer or something with me when I go in there to IAPA. I mean, if you've never been to IAPA and you can go, go. If, what do you call it? If you have been and you enjoy it, go. I like to utilize IAPA to cover the things that I ask you guys what you want to see coverage of. And I go do that, and then I go do other stuff. I don't stay a full day every day. I don't, because I've gotten my process down to 2 to 3 days. It depends on what... it depends what I'm looking for to cover. Yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, look at, like, Howie Mandel. He was a huge germaphobe before this, so I can only imagine he must be freaking out right now. You know? But, are you talking about the article about the HHN rumor? Let me pull up that article real quick, because there is some cool stuff in that article that kind of shapes up how Halloween Horror Nights could become a thing. You know, hang on. So the article it's from Theme Park University, and it's Universal's potential plans for controlling crowds at Halloween Horror Nights. So it says they're not going to talk about intellectual properties in this. It says, for starters, this year's event could operate differently in terms of scares. And they say, if what I'm hearing is correct, the amount of actors hired this year will be significantly reduced. Instead, the company has invested in more special effects. Many of these could be repurposed for Halloween Horror Nights in the future for when things return to normal. Well, whenever that is. So, it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to utilize... Yeah, they're saying first step will be to cap the attendance at numbers far below what you were used to seeing. We're talking less than half. Next, we can expect the app to play a huge role in how guests are moved around Halloween Horror Nights. The Universal Orlando app will actually drive your experience at Halloween Horror Nights. And it says intentionally spread out groups throughout the park. You're going to see a lot of this once the park reopens with virtual queues. But for Halloween Horror Nights, the app will supposedly work entirely different. So there's two scenarios. First, we'll cover what the park entry looks like. After guests have bought their tickets either online or at the gate, they arrive, go through the temperature screening upon arrival at the Universal Studios Florida. Guests use the Universal app, scan the barcode of their tickets into the system. This lets the app know how many people are in your party. So you take all the tickets, you scan it into into the app, so not everybody has to do it. It's just going to control your group. So this is next. You'll see a welcome video from Jack explaining this is New Year affair is all about. In short, Jack is going to tell you he's in control, commanding where to go and when. You are then going to be asked to choose your psychopath. Basically, you decide if you want to add Universal Express to your pass, if you haven't done so already or not. And it says, let's say that you do want to add Universal Express to your passes. Your group will then choose a screen name for that app, and you'll see a video message from Jack explaining how to use the features of your Express passes. Next, your group, using one phone app, will look at the screen, set up the itinerary for your evening. You'll be able to pull up a list of all the houses, attractions, shows, choose a time for each. It will even suggest places to stop along the way during the gaps for food and beverages and merchandise. If a ride or house ends up being temporarily closed, it will update you, suggest an alternative. The point of the system is to keep track where everyone is and give them a place to go, since the queue lines will be virtual. Then it says this brings us to the who opt not to purchase. So if you don't have an express pass, then you're considered what they call, the group is tentatively called Jack's Maniacs. And it says instead of being able to pick times for houses and rides, your group creates more of a wish list. The app will present you with a list of every option in the park to do. This includes houses, rides, and shows. Your group will tell the app what you don't want to do, eliminating that from your possibilities, then ranking all the houses, shows, and attractions that you want to do from most to least interested. And it says, unlike the Express Pass option, Jack's Maniacs will not be shown an itinerary for their evening. Rather, the app will tell them where to go based on what they input for preferences. It says, you arrive at the standby queue for Beetlejuice, and a team member will scan the app, allowing your group to enter the queue. There will be no such thing as walking up to a queue and being able to wait for a house or attraction without using the app. Don't worry, that will be true all summer at Universal Orlando for the most attractions, so guests will have already started to be used to that concept. Apps scan, it generates a unique QR code for your group. After you choose a screen name, you will place into a short queue. Naturally, be spaced out for social distancing. After a small wait, your group will then enter the haunted house. It says, now let's say that once you exit the house, the park is pretty crowded. There's no space for any of the activities on your wish list. Letting you roam the park and form a crowd with another group is a no bueno. Thus, the app will recommend one of several options. Maybe a nearby ride that has space in their virtual queue. The app would suggest that. Perhaps it would recommend a bar or a restaurant that you can visit. Or even better, what if it sends you on a unique quest designed just for this year's Halloween Horror Nights? So that's the long and short of everything. So, yeah, Chris, I would find that out. He says the big question is, I wonder how this will work with his Universal ID. That's a good question, and hopefully, I I mean, if they do it, it sounds awesome. Matter of fact, somebody posted on SFNEOnline's Facebook today. They heard a rumor that Fright Fest is not going to happen this year. I don't have any confirmation on that. I don't have anything right now, so I don't know. I think they're going to do Fright Fest, but I don't know. That's just a rumor that popped in. But I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Don't come with the pitchforks and torches yet. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could do most houses without the express. Like I'm telling you, any haunted attraction that you go to, whether it's Universal, Disney, the small places like we all like to go to that aren't attached theme parks, if you like haunted houses, this is the year to go if you can. If the house is open and you can, this is the year to do so. And probably next year and possibly going forward. They may, because my big complaint, and I know a lot of people's big complaints about all of this, is Congo lines, what we call, it gets backed up. Like Halloween Horror Nights is always meant to be just walk through, go, just get everybody going, don't stop, just get them to go. There's no breaks, it's just go. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the ability that no more people are going to have to wait in a Congo line anymore, that is beautiful. I mean, maybe the new step in technology for everything. Yeah, I saw that video. I saw that. But like I said, maybe the technology that they're going to use is going to be a permanent thing. I mean, I'm either going to buy the Express Pass or I'm going to get an RIP tour. I'm going to do one of those. If they do RIP tours. I don't know, but if they do, I'm only going to be going to Halloween Horror Nights for a night, and I want to make sure I do everything I can. And I did the RIP tour last year, and it was awesome. So, yeah. All right, so Santa's Village in New Hampshire. They're upgrading, redoing, expanding the Humbug Dark Ride, if anybody's familiar with that. They're getting expansion, new cars. Sally is coming in because Santa's Village designed that and built that themselves, the original. Obviously, they got parts from other companies and stuff, but they did all that stuff themselves. But they're having Sally come in. They're going to redo it all. And so the work's going on the ride right now. I don't know when it's going to open. But I know we were talking about it because the original ride system is for sale. They got new targets, they're getting new guns, new cars, new stuff. So keep that with a grain of salt. All right. So we got Roger Williams Zoo left and Great Adventure. So we're going to talk about the zoo and then we'll get into Six Flags Great Adventure. So Roger Williams Park Zoo is in Rhode Island. They started on Monday opening. So, but it was if you have a season pass, which I have, I had a 2:00 appointment. I got in 10 minutes early. So right now, here's the, what do you call it? Beginning June 1st, Roger Williams Zoo will reopen in phases and be open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You have to make a registration. There is a fee associated for buying a ticket online, but you have to ahead of time. Even with a pass, it just costs $5 per pass. It might be $5 per order, but I was the only one that went because I left from work. I ditched work early and went to the zoo. It was crazy to see how the zoo did things. I was impressed. I didn't know what to think at first. So when you pull into and I'm working on the video, I probably won't get it out until Friday because I haven't finished editing it yet. But with that being said, it kind of gave me a look into, and I was there for a little bit over an hour. I didn't stay too long, but I talked to some animals. I waved at them. I enjoyed my nice quiet time. It wasn't packed, but there was a lot of people. So if anybody that's locally around here, June 1st to 2nd. So yesterday and Monday, open to active Rhode Island Zoo members only. June 3rd through 7th, so today till the 7th, open for Rhode Island residents only. Members and non-members per city and state directives. June 8th, open to all members and the general public if you want to go. So they have a whole bunch of protocols that I've dealt with the protocols for this, so now I know. So first, when you pull into the parking lot, like right into it, they have employees. They check your ticket and they check your ID, and that's just to make sure for the Rhode Island that you're a Rhode Island resident. You're a membership holder. You have to have that. You print out your ticket or the barcode. You show that. When you get to the parking lot, you have to leave every other space. They got yellow X's on the spots they don't want you to be on. Then when you get to the park, when you walk across the parking lot and you go in, then before they get tent set up and you go take a temperature check. Just a handheld, put it to your head, they clean it, everything. The employees socially distancing, and he's got a face shield and all this other stuff on, and it's cool. Then they direct you which line to give them. They scan your ticket so you go in, but you don't get to choose which way and which thing you want to do anymore. It's directed so that you can to go one way, and they split the walkway in half, and they put the ropes, so that way people leaving the park are going one way, people coming in are the other way, and they got arrows, and they want you to follow the arrows and the animal footprints. So they got hoofs and bird feet and other animal feet going around. All indoor exhibits are closed for right now. There's plenty of animals to see, elephants. They got snow leopards and camels and giraffes, and they got tasty buffalo burgers. Buffaloes. Bison. They got delicious bison burgers. Roaming alive burgers, but you get the idea. You can I don't know why I do, but every time I go see the buffalo, the bison, I go, I bet you're tasty. I don't know why, but I do every time. Because bison burgers are delicious. I'm just gonna, I can't, I don't have any pictures to show you. Wait, I can. Never mind, I lied. Here we go. We'll pull up this. I forgot that I downloaded them to my computer. I forgot. I'm just going to show you a couple things. They had these cool signs about social distancing. They were actually pretty cool. Where are you? I gotta remember where I put them. Okay, here we go. Everybody's been cooped up, and we did quite a bit. Well, I shouldn't say we, but me. All right, I want to put extra large because I want to show some of these signs. I was taking pictures of them like crazy. They had they were also writing in chalk on the ground like "Welcome back, we missed you." Stuff like that. That they. Okay, here's one. Just to give you an idea what they did. They were very creative with their social distancing signs. So, kudos to them for that. So you can see, it says, in the first stages of reopening, we ask that you practice safe social distancing for the snake of your health. So they're showing a snake. And they had different ones for different animals, and it was pretty cool. Stay 6 feet apart. There's all different kinds of... Let me see if I can find one more. Just to show you how cool. I thought it was cool. It was just a neat way for everybody to see, thought it was cool. It was just a neat way for everybody to see, they want you to. Did I take pictures of the tent? I thought I did. Because I know it must be the other pictures that I. Oh yeah, here's another one. I laughed. Yeah, there's some other pictures that I have to re-edit so they show up. But it says, this one's funny. Don't be sheepish about maintaining social distance. And then there's a sheep. But they have different animals like all over the place. So you can see a sheep stay 6 feet apart. It's pretty neat. It's a small zoo. It's not huge. You know, it took me an hour to kind of... I mean, I wasn't really like hanging out like a long period of time. I think the video is over 20 minutes long. I mean, I was obviously there more than 20 minutes, but it shows a lot of the processes. It shows you a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about. And it was very nice. I highly enjoyed it. Now, let's talk about Great Adventures Safari. Let's talk about that because the video, we've put the video out for a few days now, a couple days, whatever. It came out Monday. So you've had it a couple days, Monday, Tuesday. So this is the third day it's been out, and you can check that out if you so, you know, because for those that don't know, that don't live around here, it always used to be this way when you drove through the safari. I think it was 2013 where they upgraded it to where you got in the trucks, just like Animal Kingdom for their safari, and they drive you around. But because the park's not open and they want to generate some income, because we all know what that's about, if they were just going to not worry about it, they would just go, I don't care, you know? And that's clearly not the case. They need money, and people want to go. So to test it out, kind of get everybody back into the grand scheme, let's set it back up and get people back in there. So people get entertained, people get happy, people get to see the animals. Obviously not all the animals are roaming around. And so what you got to know is, if you are smart and you're going to go drive through, because once the park opens, the drive-through safari thing, that's done. Done. They're going back to the trucks. So they are using the trucks to guide you to certain areas. They put them out by the road. Hey, what's up, Jay? Thanks, Jay. So, beyond that, so I'm telling you, if you are going to the safari, get there as early as you can. Like, pick a time, because you have to schedule a time. Get there as early as you can. I mean, we got there at 11 o'clock. Right around like 10:50 we got in, into the park. They have a checkpoint to make sure that you have a reservation for that day and you got your tickets. They make sure you got that. Then you move to the next spot, which is where you show them the ticket and then you go in. We got almost, let me see if I got the picture or not. I don't know if I should, but because I want you to see the crowd when I got to the gate, their main gate, for them to take your, to scan your tickets or passes or whatever the hell it is you got. Where is it? I think this is it. That's not the one that I wanted to show. Where is it? I need to make the pictures bigger so I can see it. Maybe it is. I don't see the boots. I had a picture. Is it in here? Yeah, I don't know. I had a... Oh, wait. Is this it? Okay. So, yeah, here we go. This is the picture. Let me shrink it down so you can actually see a little bit. So, when you look at this... Hey, you're a lucky dog. If you see right here, you can see the blue rooftops. That's the actual entrance to get in. That's where you give your tickets. So when we got there, that's where we were at 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I have a picture of when we left. I know you could see in different various pictures. It took 2 hours to go through the safari just because it was just backed up with a lot of cars. Let me see. Let me go to the bottom here so you can... I didn't get any... on the way out. But you could get, I'm trying to find a picture that you can get an idea of how busy it. Oh yeah, where's the elephants? That's a good, true, where is it? Where's the elephants? Wait, around. Where's the elephants? I took I put all the pictures up online on SFNEOnline's Facebook. Where the hell are you? Oh wait, we're coming up on it. I'm just trying to find a really good picture of the cars, so you get an idea of how busy. Yeah, elephants will be the best. If you watch the video, you can obviously see how busy it is, but think about this. Traffic's all backed up. And there's 2 lanes of cars, and I was able to snap this in between, and you can see there's all these cars, and then it just... You know, so like you get an idea. It was just... People were stopping. I mean, obviously when there's animals, they're stopping. I didn't see them, if you're talking about the tigers. But I saw the what do you call it? The white Bengal tigers. I've seen those. Yeah, it was just crazy. And then like the later it gets in the day, then the line to get in goes down. There was one the other day, I think Sunday or Saturday. The line was almost to the Wawa. For those that have been to Jersey, the line to get into the safari was all the way up to there, but backed up all the way to the Wawa. I don't know how far. The Wawa is like almost a mile. Less, it's half a mile or something. Let me see what I got for. Yeah, the giraffes weren't walking in the street, but the safari truck was trying to get them to move. The giraffes, they were trying to get them to move. So they put food in the back of the truck, and they're just following. He's got a stick in his hand, and they're following him. But it was just cool. I mean, they roam around back and forth and all over the place. And they had buffalo crossing the street. The bears are behind, you know, their wired enclosure. The monkeys are behind there. The elephants you can't get to. The tigers you can't. But everything else pretty much is just roaming around. Zebras and emus and ostriches and deers and birds and all kinds of stuff. There's just tons of animals roaming by. Just a big... I mean, even the rhinos are roaming around. So yeah, so like I said, let me see. I'll get you one more picture. I'll do you that much. I'm sure a bunch of you saw the video. If not, go check it out, because you should. Because it's just nice to be able to be in the car instead of being in the thing. Let's see. I showed you the elephant. I showed you the giraffe. Let's look for some tigers. Well, you can see this is a lioness. You can see how big this puppy is. Yeah, I've been seeing pictures of them, of those tigers, but this is a lioness. Look how big this giant thing is. Well, a little while ago, we were looking at the reservation system, so... Oh, they do, because like Kyle, that used to work at the park at Six Flags New England, I see what he was posting, because he lives over near there, so he goes there every day. Let me see if I can get a... Damn, this basement stinks. In a good way, but it's making my eyes like itchy and watery. Oh, and the cool thing too that you could see in the And I got 2 pictures. I'm gonna maybe 2 or 3 pictures more. They got the bears. I don't think anybody cares about the bears. Oh, but by the monkeys. What was that? Something was just vibrating. I don't know what that is. But so this is Bizarro, and you can see the monkeys. I gotta. Come on, shrink down a little. I need a little more. You guys are probably like, what is this dumbass doing? So right here, you can see Bizarro. You can see the monkeys to the left. Some more cars in front of me. Well, it's a lioness. It's the female lion, but yeah, it looks kind of like almost like a liger, but it's not. Because it's weird. It's like they had a cage full of lionesses, and then they had another cage with some lionesses and a lion. So I'm sure they were probably trying to mate the lions, probably. All right, so you saw the monkeys. Let me find you. Oh wait, where's the white Bengal tiger? No. Oh no, I think they're more towards the end. I think those are after the bears. There's kangaroo. Oh yeah, here we go. White Bengal tigers. I love these things. I mean, yeah, they're behind the cage. Yeah, baboons. I know they're not monkeys, they're apes, but I just call them monkeys. But yeah, so you can see the tiger chilling. Those that have never been a Great Adventure, those white Bengal tigers in there used to be inside the park over by King Dakar. Because King Dakar's got that whole tiger vibe thing going on with it. And then I will show you one more picture. But it's so nice. Doesn't it feel nice, guys, that you're starting to see things getting ready to reopen? Places are reopen. Yeah, I saw that. I was clicking that earlier during the show. Here's a nice picture. This is the last one. Well, it helps if you can see what I was looking at. Look at that. See Bizarro, El Toro right there. I mean, you can see King Dakar from there, but I can sit here all day putting pictures and stuff. You can see everything on your own, any way you want. I mean, if there's something. But yeah, the golden cats were awesome. Yeah, I didn't see any of those. I should probably recheck my pictures, probably, but I didn't. If they were in there with the white ones, then they were hiding they blended in because we couldn't see them. I was kind of a little upset that I didn't see them because I was like, that's kind of like a ripoff. I'm like, I know they have more tigers. Plus, I've been seeing people take pictures of them and putting them up online. So I find it a little disturbing. But yeah, so as long as you just do it, they have a radio station, and I played it in the beginning of the video of all their little COVID-19 updates so you know what's going on. The radio station really does suck around the part. Like, they don't talk about animals. It's not even point to do it. You know, don't be a jerk. They don't want you feeding the animals. They don't want you, just go and enjoy. And I enjoyed myself. I know it's crazy, but I drove 4 hours just to go to the safari, and then we stopped at a place, and you guys that's near, in the New Jersey area that know about that, we stopped at this place, supposedly haunted, called the Deserted Village. We went during the day. It wasn't really spooky, but it was just cool to walk around. I definitely burned a lot of calories that day, walking down hills, up hills, walking around the trails, walking around. It was fun. People social distance. You can go there. You're not, it's safe to go there. If you go on their way, if you just type in a Deserted Village in New Jersey in Google, you'll see all the information. Just follow the rules. It's all good. So then we did that. Then we drove home. So we left at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we also stopped there, and we got home at like around 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9. Yeah, we stopped, got food on the way home, stuff like that. Well, Great Adventure isn't like a SeaWorld park because the safari is separate from the park. So you got the whole theme park, and then you got this other extra area. Before they started using the trucks, you couldn't access the safari from the park. You drove your car through it. You know, the water park is separate. And then and then they had the trucks. So now you can access the safari through so it becomes like one big attraction in the park. And so it's not like it, you know what I mean? It's a safari attached to an amusement park. For the most part, unless you're really paying attention when you're on rides, you can't really see animals. You can in certain areas, but for the most part, you're not. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I never knew King's Dominion had a drive-through until more recently when I found out about it. You know, when you look at the history of a park or whatever, I never knew they had a drive-through, but they did, and they don't. And I'm sure at some point Grand Adventure is going to get rid of the safari. That's going to be a big expense, a pain in the ass. But they got over 1,200 animals in that safari, so it's not like they could just up and they'd have to give them the sanctuaries or other zoo, you know, get them to other places. You know what I mean? They'd have to sell them off or whatever they would do, feed them to each other. I don't know. I don't know what they would have to do in that regard, but that's what they would do. So, but I will say because of the current, I mean, if I would have drove during normal time just for the safari, I'd be like, eh. But because we've been cooped up for all that time and I needed to get away, we drove down. We had fun. I mean, we spent more time in the car than anything else. I mean, the only time we got out of the car was we stopped at Wawa by there. I got a breakfast sandwich. I was starving. It was nice. I mean, if you can get there, I'm telling you, if you can go, because this could be a potentially last opportunity to drive your car through the safari. Then it's going to go back to the trucks. It felt good to get out of the house. It felt good to go to a Six Flags park, man. It was great to go anywhere. All right, let me see what you put. Let me get rid of this. Oh yeah, the U-Rest areas. I saw something about it and I forgot to mention that. So they're basically doing what Disney's doing. They got areas so you can remove your face mask at Universal Orlando. I know Disney's doing, we haven't seen anything for what Disney's doing, but you could take the mask off, chill a little bit, social distance, get a breather. So let's see what this said. So they set Universal's what they call set up U-Rest areas throughout the park for guests to do so if they wish to. These areas are throughout Universal Orlando Resort, providing guests with a large area for them to safely remove their mask and practice social distancing. Oh, it looks like on the side of over there by that animal show thing, whatever they got, looks like to be one. Central Park has a U-Rest area section. Oh, this is Islands of Adventure. So where is this? I don't know where that is. Oh, Port of Entry Plaza. Oh, okay. I see what's going on there. Okay. They got tables and umbrellas in the area as well, including ledges by the planters that guests can rest by. Oh, what is this building? Oh, there's one near Mythos. There's an area. I'm just looking to see the other places. So in that area before Harry Potter, coming from Seuss Landing. Guests can enter the theater and enjoy a break while the stunt show is currently not performing. So the stunt show... What stunt show? There's a stunt show? Where the hell is there a stunt show? I've never seen that stunt show before. So if you're going, they're going to have that. I mean, if... what do you call it? If... Hopefully Six Flags does some stuff like that. Hopefully they can turn, at least for the members anyway, for memberships, the membership plaza. Hopefully that can be, hey, take your mask off and chill out. We're going to need them. And you can do it in a proper way. Without having to, you know what I mean? You could put them in secluded areas. I know in Six Flags New England, some awesome areas they can do that. You know, the theater with Sinbad. Well, yeah, I think I heard about that, but I've never watched it. I did the indoor show there with the water tunnel and all that. I forget what the hell that attraction thing is called, but I've done that. So, well, that's cool. That is actually cool. So I'm okay with that. That's cool. What do we got here? Oh, Cedar Fair future investment model. Oh, there's a YouTube video. I'll have to look at that. Maybe we could talk about that Friday. I'll look at that and check that out so we can, you know, for Friday we can handle that. You know, so we could definitely talk about that. I'm just checking to make sure. Okay. Wait, we're going to get out of here, and we'll be back Friday. I don't know what time yet, but it'll be like probably same time, 7 o'clock. I don't have anything going on. Just going to chill anyway. We'll definitely talk about what the Cedar Fair thing go in the future, what he sent me, and whatever else happens. And I know more and more news is coming out now because things are starting to reopen. It's a blessing in disguise. It's going to be awesome. And please, guys, stay safe out there. Don't, you know, if you hear about the protests or anything, just stay away and stay safe. I want everybody to stay safe. Anybody locally that needs my help blowing people's faces off with guns, if you're under attack, please let me know. Do so. And we will help protect you and shoot people up and stuff like that. Because, well, hey, we won't let them attack anybody. Get to anything. Oh yeah, Poseidon's Fury. That's what it was. I know there was supposed to be a new stunt show with the Jason Bourne movie. Yeah, that thing's all done, ready to go, but they're probably not gonna, you know, do their thing. So, when is that? Is that tonight, Jeffrey? The thing with Fiesta Texas? I think that's on right now, right? I believe that's what that is. But anyway, so we'll be back Friday. I don't know what time. Most likely 7. We'll talk about whatever. We're gonna hang out tomorrow for a little while anyway. We'll do some more Planet Coaster stuff, and take it from there. I want to thank you guys for, like I said, don't go crazy. Don't do anything stupid. If you're into protesting, do it peacefully. Be safe. Don't let anybody mess with you. You know, we don't want to see any of you guys get hurt. And it's time. I honestly think, and I'm not going to get political or nothing really, but I think these protests and stuff are actually going to accomplish something. Finally, I think this is going to finally, as crazy as everything is, I think there will be a positive outcome from this. So, like I said, I think it's going to get a little crazy, but I think we're going to be all right. And I think for the movement of what's going on that's messed up. I really do think that it's finally going to start the process of moving forward. Because I don't think these people are going to be relentless, and I don't think they're going to let up until they get what they want. And they have every right to do it. So I want everybody to know that. I'm not saying destroying things and burning things down. I'm just saying go out, protest, do your thing. Just keep doing it until you get the results. But I think this is, honestly, I think this is the beginning. It was the perfect storm. We had COVID-19. People were stuck home. People not working. People got nothing to lose. And they're going to protest. This was the perfect storm for people to go get their voice heard. I understand why people, well, the people that are destroying things, they're not the protesters. Those are just other people. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I think we're finally going to get some positive outcome. Don't be a scumbag and go burn down and ruin businesses. That's one thing I don't agree with. Like, I understand there's a lot of anger and people, but the positive side of it, the people that are peacefully protesting, that's what I'm down with. I'm down with the cause for that. And I think that, I think we're finally going to see some positive. I really do. I really, in my heart of hearts, finally believe that. I know it sounds weird, but it shouldn't be this way. It's like how like when people go, all lives matter and Black Lives Matter, and I seen somebody post it, it made me think a little bit. And the reason why it makes me think a little bit, and maybe it'll hopefully make you guys think about it too. They said that we can't claim all lives matter until, I'm trying to get I might be a little bit off on their wording, but it's the gist of what do you call it? We can't say all lives matter until Black lives really matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, until Black people are able to walk out of their house without fear and be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, live their life, like white people do. And I think we're finally I think we're finally getting to this. So, like, anyway, enough of that. Just stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. We'll be back Friday. No, I agree with you, theme partner. There's no reason that we should be fighting each other, being racist towards another. It's just common sense of. It's common sense to being a human. There's no reason to hate. I mean, unless they really unless a particular person does something to you, then you have that beef with that particular person, not a whole race, because you're just, hey, rah, rah, rah. Again, I don't agree with all the destruction and destroying businesses. You know what? And you're entitled to whatever thought anybody has. I would, Jay, if your opinion differs from mine, I would never think any less than you. But I just think it's time for people to come to. There's no reason for this crap to be going. There's none. There's no reason for any of it. But stay safe. Don't do stupid stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow playing Planet Coaster. Have a great night. Just watch your back, whatever. If anybody locally needs my help, you call me. I'll help you out. And I will see you guys then. But until that time, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys if you join in tomorrow on Planet Coaster. Till then, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.